Good morning, children. So let's continue with the chapter Animal Form and Movement. Let's see what we are going to discuss today. So, according to the objectives that we have already discussed about movement in invertebrates, and we have just introduced the locomotion or the structure of the upper vertebrate. Okay, so now see, we'll go through it in detail. So now we see the skull here. Look at the figure. Two parts of the skull, the cranium portion on top and the facial bones. Cranial bones count to around 8, which are joined by sutures. They are all immovable bones, cannot be moved or fixed bones. Same way, even in the face, there are around 14 facial bones, out of which only the lower jaw is movable. All the other bones are immovable, right? It helps in total, the skull has around 22 bones, and the skull helps in protecting the eyes, protecting the brain of our body. Okay. Brain is a very important structure, therefore it has to be protected from any injury, and therefore skull plays a very important role there. Next, we have the rib cage. You can see this cage-like structure formed by certain C-shaped ribs. Now, these ribs you can see are attached to the sternum bone in front, and it is attached to the vertebral column behind, to the thoracic vertebra. So these are attached. You can see the attachment tissues here, okay, forming a cage-like structure. Initial bones are attached initial ribs you can say are attached directly to the sternum. The lower ones are attached indirectly. And there are a pair of floating ribs. Okay, so this cage-like structure that is formed helps in protecting two major organs, your heart and your lungs. Okay, which is present inside this cage, and therefore it is given protection by the rib cage. So now this is the vertebral column, which as you can see is a curved structure consisting of around 33 bones, right, starting from the neck region to your hip region. Now this vertebral column consists of different, you can say, bones present in the cervical area. It is divided into the thoracic area, the lumbar region, the sacrum, and the coccyx, out of which the cervical area make up the neck region, thoracic make up the chest region, lumbar is your lower back, and then sacrum and coccyx. Each bone here in the vertebral column is connected to the other one with a small amount of cartilage that gives a cushioning effect, right? There is a canal passing through this vertebral column through which the spinal cord passes, and this ensures the protection of the spinal cord, because spinal cord is the continuation of the brain, has so many nerves arising from it, so it needs to be protected properly. Okay, so the vertebral column is there to help in protecting the spinal cord. The next set is the pectoral bone. Now, this pectoral bone helps in attaching the appendages, right? So, the pectoral bone is helping in attaching the forelimbs to it. This pectoral bone is made up of the scapula, which is a triangular bone present on your back, and the clavicle, which is the shoulder bone, right? So these two bones make a socket-like structure at one corner, to which the forelimb or the upper arm, the head of the upper arm gets attached. You can see the humeral head here, which is attached to this socket. Okay, and the upper arm bone is the humerus. So here you can see the bones of the forelimb as we discussed earlier. The humerus is the upper bone of the upper arm, and the head of the humerus attaches to the socket formed in the pectoral girdle, right? The lower arm has two bones, the radius towards the side of your thumb and the ulna towards the side of the little finger, right? In between that joint at the elbow. Then here in the wrist region, you are having around 8 bones, right? The wrist region has 8 bones which glide over each other. Then you have the carpals, 5 carpals in the palm region, and the phalanges, okay, which consists of 3 bones in each finger. All right. I will continue with the pelvic girdle in the